Hey, it's Rob, and this is my review of RB Customs Superpowers Flash action figure. RB Customs, Ron Bella is known for up-leveling Superpowers figures. The cool thing is, this isn't through use of magnetic arms, and I have nothing against magnetic arms. I use them all the time on other custom figures that I have, and I've purchased from other customizers and have no problem with them, but it's very cool to be able to get sort of a rebuilt action figure when you buy one from Ron. And he uses an existing mold to be able to up level and turn it into the figure you always wanted. So we see here Barry Allen's version of the Flash, and you can see a few significant differences from the original one. As you'll notice in a minute when I compare him to the original, he is much taller. Ron has significantly leveled up and lengthened the lower legs, or changed the lower legs out from another figure. And that has added the requisite amount of height to the Flash that you'd expect. Ron joked that he always kind of looked like Kid Flash to him, so he put him much more on par with with the rest of the Super Friends and the Superpowers team. A couple of things that jump out here that are just really stellar. So the wings on the boots and on the mask, adding those wings is just an amazing addition. And Ron warned me, hey, be careful. You don't want to knock these around. They are brittle, and you can see why Kenner didn't add them back in the day. But boy, did they make an amazing difference on the figure. Just really making the detail and look of the Flash jump off the comic book page and off the small screen. So what I find always amazing about Ron is his ability to sort of seamlessly blend the look of Alex Toth and the character designs for the Super Friends and the Jose Luis Garcia Lopez sensibility. So you can look at this character one way and you say, wow, that really looks like the Alex Toth version that we saw in Challenge of the Super Friends and other episodes. And then another level, you look at it and you go, man, that is almost a perfect character design that would fit right at home as, a Jose Luis Garcia Lopez design. One of the things that Ron does is he creates that incredible depth of the eyes. He puts literally the whites of the eyes in, which we didn't see back in the day from Kenner. And being able to get that level of detail and depth is something that I just can't imagine how difficult it is. I try it all the time with figures and I fail miserably, as many of you have seen from some of the customs I put together. So love the look of this figure. And the other thing that jumps out here is he is crimson. He is not light red. He's not scarlet. He is crimson. And that crimson color really makes him jump, actually makes him look a little bit more threatening, if that makes sense. He looks a little bit more serious and threatening, similar to Wonder Woman. As we talked about in a previous review, the Wonder Woman head sculpt really up-leveled the sophistication of that figure. Same thing here, sophistication up-leveled. Let's compare him to the original Superpowers Flash. Again, a great figure in its own right and very fun back in the day. Had a great power action running feature. You can see this is the base for the body, but there is again, the lower legs have been lengthened, swapped out potentially with legs from another character before the wings were put on. And you can also see the difference in the head sculpt, an amazing leveling up of that head sculpt. And Ron does some really, really interesting things with heat, with sculpting, that looks like took place here. And, again, the matte finish is something Ron's known for, so some of the glare gets taken away from his version of the figure. So I can't recommend this enough. Ron is always the person to go to, RB Customs, if you want that one perfect version of a figure. And, I'm going to keep purchasing figures from him over time and up-leveling my Superpowers collection. But, even if we're a collector out there that's collecting from multiple customizers at the same time, hopefully someone gets a chance to get at least one from Ron, because you get just this amazing sense of, it's an action figure. It's also a beautiful sculpture that is kind of a one-of-a-kind thing that you can have in your collection. He always says, hey, all my figures are one-of-a-kind. They'll never come out perfectly the same. And so you get a little bit of something that doesn't feel mass-produced at all, but something that looks like it would be right at home in a very, very upscaled line, like a Mafix, for instance. So love it. Love the work. And thanks, everyone. Feel free to leave your comments below and subscribe.